Yeah, tough situation, ma'am. I tell you the truth.
For Gerald Holmes, the situation is almost too tough to take.
I don't know. I don't know. Really don't know.
He and his family have been without a home for 5 days after one of Wednesday's tornadoes swept through their Henrico neighborhood.
Closed the doors in the hallway, and we all got in the hallway.
One tornado touched down just a block away from them, barely missing their house.
Thank the Lord, I mean, because it could have sit down right here and just wiped all these houses out.
But the storm did wipe out their power, and when no one was home the next day on Thursday afternoon, their electricity came back on, and somehow a kitchen fire began. The cause is under investigation. The damage is extensive and enough to leave the house uninhabitable.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to move all my stuff out of here.
Since then, the Red Cross has put Holmes, his wife, and his 13-year-old son up in a hotel. But tomorrow, their lodging allotment comes to an end.
I'm just hoping that we may keep some over our head long enough so they can come in here and do what they got to do and we can get back in here.
Holmes can't imagine the idea of being homeless, of his son missing even one day of school. But now it's becoming a real possibility.
Right now, I don't have an option.
So tomorrow he'll do his best to find one, an option, a solution, a way to overcome what Mother Nature has left in ruins. He's trying to figure it out as quickly as she stormed in.
That's what I'm dealing with right now, trying to put these pieces back together.
From the comfort of her Mechanicsville home, Gail Newcomb watched a story about a man who had lost his.
I was just sitting here and he just broke me right to tears. I said, I got to do something for him.
We reported about Gerald Holmes this past Sunday. A tornado that swept through his Henrico neighborhood last week cut his electricity. When it came back on, it ignited a fire, leaving his house uninhabitable and his family homeless.
The man was devastated, and he was sitting amongst all this devastation around him.
I don't know. I don't know. Really don't know. So.
Newcomb knew exactly what she would do. She called the family and found out from Holmes' wife that he just suffered a minor stroke.
And that they had lost everything, and she told me Mr. Holmes was in the hospital. And I said, well, where are you?
She found Mrs. Holmes and gave her $1,000 to help them secure a rental home.
Overwhelmed. I mean, overwhelmed.
From the diner next to the Days Inn, where his family is still living, Holmes is almost again moved to tears.
It's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of good hearts out there, a lot of good souls, you know. I know one.
Holmes still hasn't met Newcomb, but now that he's out of the hospital and hopefully soon out of a hotel, he plans to. He says he doesn't know what he'll say, but he'll start with a hug. From a lost home to a giving home, it seems to be where the heart is.
I didn't do anything really anybody else wouldn't do, and I could do it, and I wanted to.
Katie Beck, CBS 6 News. Sometimes the most powerful way to say thank you requires no words at all.
I gotta kiss you too.
And just holding on to that important moment becomes a memory that lasts always, remembering how one person changed your life.
Doing okay?
To come to somebody's, you know, in need like I was, you know what I'm saying, out the blue like that.
Gerald Holmes was in need after a tornado-related fire took his Henrico home. Living in a hotel, eating most meals in a diner. We told his story, and Gail Newcomb from her Mechanicsville living room connected to his despair.
Nah, I couldn't let that go.
She didn't let it go. She gave the Holmes family $1,000 so they could secure a place to live and to ease some of their worry.
I just wanted to make some of that go away. That's all. I didn't do anything special.
But Holmes would disagree and says he'll spend a lifetime being Newcomb's loyal friend, whatever she needs.
Whatever. Cut grass, cut trees, paint the house, move furniture, anything. I'm indebted to you for the rest of my life. Oh, yeah.
Tonight, Newcomb got to see the family's rental home in Jackson Ward.
Oh, my!
They don't have much furniture yet, but they're so grateful for a place of their own, and grateful beyond words at times for the stranger that made it all possible.
Angels come in all different kind of ways. You know what I'm saying?
It's only Tuesday, but Gerald Holmes is ready for the holiday. This year, he says he'll give the most thanks he ever has for strangers that have given his family a home.
No, I never thought it. I thought I had to fight this battle on my own.
He never expected any of it, the tornado-related fire that took his Henrico home, having to live with his family in a hotel room, a good Samaritan that gave $1,000 to secure him a place to live, and then the flood of do-gooders that were inspired by her to give more.
People just started coming out the woodwork.
Over the past week, a half a dozen of them have brought the home's furnishings, so much so that they haven't exactly got it all organized yet. Couches, dressers, lamps, all things they've lost and had planned to live without.
Totally strangers. Never knew, never met, never heard of, you know. And it's overwhelming.
Even the owners of the convenience store next door to their home have welcomed the family inside almost nightly for a meal. Hot soup, a warm hug. Their story has traveled far and near, and goodwill towards them seems contagious.
Things is coming together, you know, and that's one good feeling.
But Holmes remembers that desperate feeling all too well, the one he had right after the fire, helpless in despair. He says now he's been given more than he needs, and so now he has a chance to pay it forward to other fire victims.
People out there that care, you know, for a total stranger. And like I said, I just want to pass it on to somebody else, somebody I don't even know.
And when he thinks about this journey, he'll only know one way to describe it.
Can't put it into words, really, you know. It's a blessing, you know, and that's about the biggest part of it is a blessing.